Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've had a great couple of days. What we're going to talk about now is our toys and games. I know, sounds pretty fun. So let's go ahead and start off with some things here that we might recognize, that we might know. Let's see. Does anyone know who this lovely lady is? That's right. This is our nice Barbie doll. And as you can see, she's made out of a material that we have today, and it's called plastic. But a long, long time ago, they may not have had plastic. They may have had something that looks like this. And like I said, we're on a farm, so if we remember back, I even mentioned in our first video something that we could have made toys out of. Can anyone guess what this is? If you guessed corn, you're right. When we shuck corn today, it looks green because it's coming right off of a corn cob. But if you dry it, it turns this yellow color, and then you can make it into things like corn husk dolls. And this was a way that boys and girls back then would be able to go ahead and make some dolls for themselves. As you can see, some can be a little bit more intricate than others. This is my Jill, and this is my Jack, because he actually has 2 legs. So he's wearing pants, and as we know, ladies, hence my dress, we're not able to wear pants. So this is my lady, and this is my gentleman here. But there's another game here that we might recognize, and it is baseball. But back then, they didn't have something as cool as baseball. Instead, they had this guy here. Does anyone know what its name is? No? Okay, that's okay. It's a little bit hard to know the name of this one. This is Trackball. And it's a little bit more complicated than baseball. And we'll see if I can hit the ball. But wearing a dress makes it quite difficult for me to step on this lever here and hit the ball. So let's go ahead and see. I did it! And this was a game that actually only boys could play. And that's because, as you can see, when I'm wearing a dress, I have to hold it up. So it makes it harder for me to hit the ball with the paddle. But this is something that young boys would be able to play every day. But there are games that were just reserved for girls. And one of them was called Graces. You'd have a lovely hoop, so you'd only need one. And then you need 4 sticks, so 2 pairs of 2. And each woman, each girl would have a pair of sticks. And the point of the game is to have the hoop here go over your sticks, and then you want to send it to your next partner. And it was supposed to teach you about grace and being a graceful woman, but it's a game that you don't have to move too much in your dresses. And wearing these dresses all year long, it helps a little bit because you can get quite hot if you're outside. So let's see if I can send it on over to you. Almost. But there were a couple games that both boys and girls could play together. And I have 2 of those games here today, right here. But I'll go ahead and I'll just talk about this ball and cup first. So a lot of people used to think that this is sort of like our original fidget spinner. We don't have super cool ones back then, but today we have ones where we can mess around with our hands. But back then, all you'd have to do is try to get this ball into the cup. And you could sit here for hours and hours and do it. So parents out there, this might be a good investment. You want to get away from a little bit of screen time. Ta-da! But also, this is a game that could take up quite a lot of your time. I have one that actually looks like it's from back then, and then I have a nice, fun, colorful one with Virginia Beach History Museums on it. And all you have to do is make your hand into a C, and then you hold the top of it, and it's just about turning it whichever way to make the blocks move. And as we can see, all the games from back then do not have electricity, they don't have batteries, and they're not made of plastic. They're made of things that you could easily find. Like these braces here are made out of ribbon in wood. My ball and cup uses a little bit of rope in wood. My Jacob's ladder, again, it's just wood, maybe a little bit of fabric here to try to make it together. And if we remember all the way from the beginning, my corn husk doll is just simply made out of corn husk and then a little bit of yarn here. So these were all things that they can make without having to use electrical resources like electricity or using big manufacturing areas to make plastic. So although they are different from today, I think they're quite fun. But let's go ahead and look at how some kids used to live when we go upstairs into the house. So hope to see you soon. Bye.